welcome back to the Students in Stereo podcast. I'm your hostess, Teagan Elliott. Don't know why I went extra there. And today's episode is with just me. It's been a little bit because of the Easter break, and I filmed Sim is where I last left off with you guys. Sim, if you haven't heard, it was the film that I've been working on since about October, I'd say. At some point, I'm gonna get the director and the producer on here for us to we can deep dive more into how Sim worked from their points of view as well, because I think that'd be really interesting to get not just the soundies perspective, because I obviously don't get the all-encompassing view of the film production process the way they have a more broad sense of what everyone's up to and what's going on in all departments. Where I mean, I know just because I'm a chatterbox and I like to know what's going on, but I don't know the details of the editing process as much or the directing process as much because I focus on sound. But in terms of the sound, things went swimmingly. At the end of the shoot, we honestly were surprised by the fact that there were really it kind of felt anticlimactic in a sense only because there were no real issues we discussed. There was no last minute actor dropout, or there was no catering that didn't arrive. Everything went the way it should. No one was ever really late. No one ever got, hurt, thankfully. So we had a really great, clean filming experience. Went to the call sheet. Everything went off without a hitch, basically. The only thing that really, life's greatest enemy, the thing that got in our way the most was time. We wish that we'd had more time to film certain things on the big film day. But obviously, we're not trying to overwork our unpaid actors, and we have to follow some rules and set guidelines on how many hours per day we can film and with the breaks given and yada yada yada. So the filming went great. I definitely felt, again, you know how people say learn by doing? That's 100% what this was a lot of. I mean, I definitely thought, I knew miking people and miking techniques, and there's only so much learning and prep you can do before you just have to do it. So I had, we communicated with the company Pink Noise on getting a little mic cover thing. So basically, the mics that we put on to the people and the actors and the main cast, they're little, we call them radio mics. They're attached to a microphone pack that's battery powered that's on their person. So I would attach that to um the back of a pair of trousers, or if they were wearing a dress or something, I'd ask that they please wear shorts underneath, a pair of safety shorts, so I could tuck it in there. And then the cable would run up their person, and there'd be a little microphone on the end. But the thing is, when you attach this mic to a person, there's a lot of rustle and unwanted noise, basically. So with their clothing and if they move, and if they have a really noisy jacket, or if they fluff their hair all over the mic, it picks up a lot of noise. So you try to cover it the best you can while still being able to obviously get clear noise. You're not trying to blanket it so it doesn't get anything. So Pink Noise offered us a student deal kind of thing on getting these little mounts essentially for them. So the mic was hidden in this little rubber encasing. It was a little small square. And then on top of that, I used toupee tape, which is meant for wig and costume stuff. It's a double-sided, really sticky tape. It's very secure. And I would use that to tape on a little circle of fur. It's little fur circles. They came in white, black, and gray. And then I would use that to kind of, make sure that the clothing and their skin and stuff wouldn't rub against their clothes and skin, so that it wouldn't get a lot of rustle and noise. So I definitely got better at, doing that quickly. And then on their back, obviously there's extra loose cables, so I got good at, making taping that with a transport surgical tape, so a nice medical grade softer tape, nothing that would hurt their skin. Got good at circling that up and putting that on their backs, and Uh, yeah, learn by doing. I'd say, decently good at. I definitely, like, by the end, I felt a lot more confident with my miking skills um, than I did at the beginning. And I was a lot quicker, a lot more efficient. Uh, yeah, so I was really happy about that. Um, and I'm super excited for the edit. I think I'm learning that I think I might, I say this tentatively, prefer the edit in post production. I love, like, hearing the music come together and, like, playing around with it. Obviously, like, I wish I was better, and the way I will get better is by, doing and learning and, you know, um, edit more things and get better at it and familiarize myself with how to edit sound better. Like, making sure the dialogue sounds really clean and all that more minutia stuff. But I'm excited to do the Foley and the ADR, like making the footsteps clean, or um, making, like, fun sound effects, or like little things you don't think of when you watch a film. Like, if someone puts a book down on a table, you might want a cleaner, like, clap sound of it going down rather than the sound that it actually made. So there's so many sounds that you think are made in the film that actually are all done in post production in a recording booth somewhere, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. So now I find myself, when I watch films, I try to listen for, like, oh, that was definitely done in, like, in post production, like that was done, or like a scene that really sticks out to me that I think of a lot is, I definitely think this was ADR, is in Twilight New Moon. The scene where Bella and Jacob are, like, shouting in the rain, and she's like, Jake, like, why haven't you spoken to me? Where have you been? You're clearly well. And it's, like, pouring rain. Yeah. How would you have a mic if it's pouring rain? These mics, I'm not thinking are super waterproof. I'm sure they have waterproof ones, but to get the clean dialogue that you want without the rain pattering and everything, I watched that, and it sounds ADR-ish to me. It sounds like it was done in post production. That's just what I'm, like, pretty sure. Anyway, I love to watch films and try to, like, hear things that I think don't necessarily fit exactly how they should be. Oh, that wasn't done very well. Not like I could do much better or better, but hopefully one day will be better and would make it mix better. But yeah, I really am looking forward to mixing in the music and creating a believable soundscape. Oh, it's gonna sound so cool. Like, this isn't any hate to our editor, Wilfred. Bless him. But getting that first rough cut of the film done, like, when I say rough, I mean it's just linking footage we have and just mashing it together. It's not the best take by any means. It's just a take, and this is, oh, rough. When I say rough, I mean, like, uh I saw the rough cut and I was like, ooh, I don't know if this film is actually gonna be good. Like, watching it, I mean, so we had a really nice camera. We got the Ari Alexa camera. Ooh, sorry. And we had, I don't really know lens details. Again, this is not my area of expertise. So maybe I'll have the director and producer talk more about that. But basically, we had, like, a nice camera and everything, and so I was like, oh, it clearly didn't matter much, did it? But watching some of the color graded shots that he had, where he'd done, like, bringing out the blues and the purples, or the saturation or lighting and all that stuff that goes into, like, what the color grade is. There were some epic shots. Like, some of them look really, really cool. So I'm very excited to see the color grade and the color graded, cut. But the sound is what stuck out to me. It was so bad. Like, I cannot wait to mix it. I'm so excited to mix it now. So that's what I've been looking forward to regarding uni. Something I'm not looking forward to is writing my dissertation. I need to research. I need to write. It's due at the end of May, so I have a little bit of time. I have about 2 months. I'd say, like, a month and a half. I have a month and a half. I need to hit the ground running on that. So that's what my life's gonna be for the next month. Let's see. The past couple days, I've been really busy working on one of the actresses that's in Sim. She is doing her final project, and it's a play, and she's doing, like, the creative directing is what her grading is, or what she's being graded on. So she had me do the sound, and she said camera she was gonna have someone, and it was director Fran from Sims. So I was really excited to work with her again. And we've had a good busy couple days on this shoot. But again, like learn by doing, like miking them and doing all that. I was like, oh, it's like it's all coming back, and with their different, like a really closed top, like with really tight, a really bodycon type top. Like working with that, like I just feel like I've learned so much. It's been really lovely. Other than that, though, Easter break, I definitely took a chill pill. I like for the first couple days, I just slept in, did nothing, watched some movies. Like I was a sloth essentially. Just recuperated from filming. Had some fun with friends, and then a bunch of my housemates went home, so it was just me and my housemate Bobby, who's been on the pod previously. Bobby and I, we went to town a couple times. The sun came out, shocking. So we went for like a nice pint in the sun on like in a little beer garden, and yeah, we just chilled. Then Easter. Oh no, before Easter. Rewind. Then I went to Leeds, and I went to this place. I'm not gonna say the name of the restaurant because I'm about to drag it. It was like a sandwich place. I think it was Korean inspired, question mark, sandwich shop. And it has like the sando bread, so it's kind of like a nice like soft white bread. It's quite nice. And I got it with you can get it with like chicken, like katsu style, but I got it with pork. Tasted great. I really enjoyed. Oh, and I got the furikake fries. They were really, really nice. I was like the seaweed. Oh, chef's kiss. And then I went, I did a lot of window shopping. I went in like to Leeds Trinity Mall. That's got like the Primark and the New Look. I was just perusing. I was just window shopping. Didn't buy anything. Oh, that's a lie. I bought this new pair of cute sunglasses. And then I wanted to go to Dunkin' to get a coffee, but they closed. I was so sad. When I saw they had Dunkin' here, I was like, oh, I can't get it in Washington, but I can get it in England, because it's an East Coast thing in America. So I was very excited to get my Dunkin' coffee, and they had shut. I was very sad. So then I saw that they had a Cinnabon like shop, and the thing is, the Cinnabon here in New York shut. They had one that was like inside the Asda grocery store, but it closed. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll get like a Cinnabon coffee, see if they have any fun flavors. There's this drink they have there. It's I didn't know they what's it called? I don't remember what it's called, but it's their like special drink, and they've got a few flavors of it. And I was like, it's like they call it like a chillerappa. It's something along that vein, you know what I mean? So I was like, what is this? Is it like a milkshake? It's basically, he described it as a frappuccino. And I was like, how's the cinnamon roll one then? And he was like, well, for reference, we blend an entire cinnamon roll into this drink. And I was like, okay, so maybe not that drink. So I just got a coffee and had it be like cookie butter flavored or whatever. Which also, is it speculous or speculous? Debate. Voice off in the comments. Don't even know how you'd voice off which way you'd pronounce it, but we digress. Got this drink. Tasted great. And then I got these like little, I think like mini cinnamon rolls that were like hard little cookies with like a little thing of frosting. Anyway, had a couple of those. They were yummy. Because I went to go see Kung Fu Panda 4. We will now launch another Kung Fu Panda 4 review. I had higher hopes. So in the past, the other movies, you're following this like group of warriors with your main focus on the panda. But in this one, they definitely like they stray away from the main squad. The main squad's off fighting other demons basically. So you've got Panda and you've got new character who what are they? I don't even know what animal they are, but they're like They're like a raccoon meets a bunny meets a squirrel meets a. I'm probably like really dumb for not knowing what animal it was, but it was along that vein, like fluffy tail, cute, pointy ears. Yeah. So basically, it's finding the next dragon warrior. I'm gonna launch straight into the music here. Music was composed by Hans Zimmer. So obviously, the music's pretty good. Music helps this film a lot. But the film itself, I felt it fell flat. I like that the dads were more involved in terms of like, I feel like a lot of parents in films nowadays, or any film about a young person becoming something, normally the parents don't get a lot of attention and love. So I liked that the parent figures got some attention and tried to help your main character. But overall, I felt the story fell flat. It was all right. So overall, I'd give it like a 5 out of 10. It was all right. Decent film. Yeah, you know, like I'm not gonna probably ever see it again, but it was cute. You don't really need to see it in the cinema, but I did because I was like, oh, like take myself on like a little solo date. Now, near the end of the movie, my stomach starts really hurting, and I hadn't been great about. If you don't know this about me, I'm not supposed to eat wheat because I'm wheat intolerant. Like wheat, not weed. A lot of people hear weed. Wheat intolerant, and not to be confused with gluten. I can have gluten-based products. I technically can have wheat, but I'm just intolerant. So my tummy hurt a little bit. I get really bad brain fog. That's one of my big symptom is brain fog. So I went. So I'm in the cinema, and my stomach starts to hurt a bit, and I was like, "Ooh, this isn't like it normally does. I don't normally get stomach aches." I was like, "This isn't very good." I go to the platform, to get back to York after the film was over. So I'm at Leeds Station. I'm sat because I start feeling really nauseous, and I was like, "Oh no! I pray this isn't food poisoning." I get on the train to York, and I was like, I thought I was gonna chun like on the train. I had to just focus on my breathing for the entire 20 minutes. I was like, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. It was rough. It was so rough. And I get to the station immediately. I'm like, I need to throw up. Like I run, not run, hustle up the stairs and like find the toilets, and immediately just it was not a pretty sight. I was just chunning in these toilets at the station. I was like, is this a new low? Chunning in the station toilets. So after that, I walk home because I'm like, I'm not done. Like, there is more to come because the only thing that I'd thrown up was the Cinnabon stuff. And I was like, it was not the Cinnabon. There is more to come. So I walk home so that if I need to throw up along the way, I can just into a bush or something. Thankfully, that didn't happen. But I walk home, I'm feeling terrible. Like, and also in Leeds, it'd been really windy and the weather was bad and it was cold and I hadn't really dressed appropriately. Like, overall, I kind of regretted going to Leeds to see a mid-movie, window shop, get some food to feel this terrible. When I tell you, once I got home, I'm throwing up every 30 minutes. Like, it was a grim sight, a grim sight. Bobby's like, Teagan, do you need any water? And I already had a bottle of water ready because like I knew this was going to be a thing, but I didn't think I've never been this bad. Like every half hour, like I'd lay down in bed. Oh, my stomach was hurting again. Get up. It took me out of commission for like a good 2 days. Like I didn't eat anything that entire next day. And then the following day, I just got like some chicken broth from Pho delivered. Just some broth. And then Easter Sunday. We're at this point in the story now. Then it was Easter Sunday. So I went to the Minster for service with Bobby because we both thought the Minster, this iconic cathedral, and we both have like Christian family background, and we know we've been to church before. We both grew up going to church more. So we thought we'd go to service. And I don't know if okay, I don't know if I'm just picky, but I thought that it would be more ostentatious, I guess. I don't know if this is just maybe like the American way of like when it's a big holiday at church, like I'm talking the flower arrangements go hard and like at least this is what I remember being a big thing. So I really expected like giant flower arrangements because I know for Christmas they get the massive tree and I've seen like they go all out. So for Easter I kind of expected big flower bouquets and beautiful arrangements. I was really looking forward to the flowers and the music. Those are my two things. I wanted a nice choir, good flowers. And the flowers were fake and they were pinned on the pillars. And I was like, okay, cool, great, cool. We didn't kill any flowers then. I guess you could look at it that way. And the music was all right. I really liked the song that they played that they sang at the end as they like walked away because it like faded into the back of the cathedral as they went like really long down. So that was cool. And Bubby and I dressed up like we looked like dressy casual, but like well, not casual. Well, casual in that I had sneakers. I'm realizing I need to buy some flats here. I don't have any. I was like, I either wear like heels and I'm not in the mood to wear like these heels. And they were black. They wouldn't have matched this dress. I was wearing like a nice, like a light sage green. It was I looked very cute. Dress with like a coat and the sun was out. Nice day. And we walked to town and Bubby had his cute outfit on. I had my cute outfit on. And we were getting a lot of looks in church because we were like definitely the youngest people there that weren't there with their parents. So that was cool. Um, but yeah, the Minster overall, it was obviously, I mean, like service, if you don't go to church, service is normally anywhere from like an hour to 2 hours. So it was about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Um, and communion is different at every, like, I don't know if it's every church does it differently or if it's more regionally. But in the States, the churches I've been to, you take the wafer and you dip it in the wine if you don't want to sip out of the chalice. But at the Minster, I didn't see anyone dip. So I was like, well, I'm not going to be that person if no one else is. So I did not sip because germs. I am frightened. Especially after just having had food poisoning. I was not testing anything. I'm like, no, I will not be sipping this wine. Yeah. So that was Easter. Then Bubby and I made deviled eggs when I got home. They were nice. And yeah, my stomach was hurting a little bit after that. I was like, ooh, I was really pushing some limits here. So I'm now fully recovered though from my food poisoning. But I had like the fever, the chills, it was just a rough, unexpected hitch in my Easter plans. But yeah, so regarding the restaurant though, I'm not gonna write because the thing is they were like a local business. They were small. I'm not trying to like tear down a local business. So I'm not gonna go write a scathing review on Google reviews. But what I will do is I am going to email them and let them know that they need to check their pork and make sure they are following like health codes because yeah, like I'm not looking for anything. If they try to give me a voucher, like I don't want it. I'm not returning. But I do want them to be aware to save other people from what I went through because it was not nice. It's not nice. Yeah, then Bubby left because he and Will are on badminton holiday. So I've been home alone. And while initially I was really excited, I was like, oh my God, house myself. Like, it's going to be really clean. Yeah, it is clean, but it's lonely. Like, I come home and I'm like, oh, I'm a little scared. So that's why I've also been happy to preoccupy my time with working on this project I've been working on, like with the sound stuff in the past couple days, just so I can not be home alone or like go out alone. Like, I'm with people and I'm doing something, being proactive. And yeah, other than that, this weekend I'm going back to Middlesbrough. Gonna go see Joe. I'm gonna go from a Middlesbrough night out. Last time the intent had been to do that after we went to the Borough game, but instead we went to Newcastle to go meet up with our rowing friends. So this time I'm going for Middlesbrough's night out. And then also the rowing formal is coming up and I don't know what to wear. So sound off in the comments. Should I go for I'm thinking like a light green, or do I go more black, or do I go light blue? Do I go floor length? Do I go midi? Do I go mini? I don't know, but I want like a nice new dress for this event. I haven't been to the last formal I went to at the uni was the James College formal in first year, which was in December or November. So it's been a while since I've been to. It's like end of the year. I might as well. And then I'll go to the spring formal as well. So yeah, that's been my life updates recently. Because I recently bought a ticket for that. Shout out to all the not shout out, but like PSA to all the people graduating. Tell your family to book their hotels or Airbnbs or whatever, like make sure they have a place to stay for when they come up for your graduation. And also in that vein, make your dinner reservations so you have a place to eat. Yeah. I made my family reservation at the Ivy, which I've never been to. But the Ivy, for those who don't know, so my American friends, it's a like a really nice restaurant basically that what I find in the UK is there are a lot of chains. Like they've got multiple locations all across the UK or across England at least. So across England there's uh the Ivy. So that's just like nice food. And then they also have the Ivy Asia, which is Asian inspired cuisine, but the Ivy, so it's like nice. It is slightly more expensive. But they do like set menus type stuff if you want and things like that. But it's like a good celebratory location. Yeah. Other than that, working on my disc. I'm going to get some guests on real soon. I'm sorry, guys. I know it's just been me for the past few episodes, but we're gonna get some guests on. Definitely my director and producer duo, Sam and Fran. I love saying their names. It's so fun. And then I'm definitely going to get my housemate Nush on at some point. Like, I have people I've been talking to about getting on the pod. I just need to do it. I just think I feel bad because I live so far away from campus this year and away from people's houses. I mean, other than Nush because she's my housemate. But I feel bad asking people to walk all the way here to podcast. And that's what I was thinking. Like, the podcast could go mobile. I mean, I could just bring it somewhere else. And podcast. Maybe I'll do that for one of the episodes. Podcast goes mobile. Yeah. Tonight I'm gonna be if you guys remember Lois, she was on one of the episodes like early on. She's coming on, not coming on. She should come on though. Maybe I'll ask her. She's coming over. We're gonna have a little Harry Potter night because I'm finding a lot of Brits don't actually like Harry Potter here. I'm finding more people I know here that are like, I actually don't really like Harry Potter, or I actually like wasn't ever really on like the Harry Potter train. People here than in the States. I've had more Harry Potter fans in the States. What is going on with that? So Lois is a Harry Potter fan, and I said, great. I want to make butterbeer, and I want to do this. Which, okay, I was looking up a bunch of butterbeer recipes because my friend Beryl and I have this tradition where like once a year we'll make a butterbeer, a different recipe normally, and like we say we're gonna watch Harry Potter, but we end up watching something else every time pretty much. So I was looking up like a new recipe to make, and I found, because I want to make that foam part on top that like when you get in the parks. So I'm gonna make that, but so I was ordering stuff on Amazon to be delivered with Prime and stuff because I was like, I don't have time to go buy it because I'm on set. But butter extract, normally used in baking, you can also use in the butterbeer. So I'm going to use that like in the foam part. Yummy. And butter extract is pretty common in the US. It's like in the vanilla extract section, you'll find butter extract. But it's not really a thing here. So I found like this butter flavoring on Amazon that I ordered. But why isn't it a thing here? I don't know. And then yeah, got the butter extract, got some butterscotch syrup, which I had again ordered online. Like the way you have like in the US, you have like the Smucker's butterscotch. You can order that on Amazon here, but it's not going to be in stores. It's not a shelf item that you see a lot. So I ordered some butterscotch syrup, and then had to order my cream soda. So here's the thing. I'm not a soda girly, but I ordered bar soda, which seems to be like a common. This is like a soda brand in the UK. Bar. Don't know if it is in the US, but they had American cream soda. I went, great, ordered that. Didn't realize it was sugar free. And for someone who already doesn't really like soda, but the only kind of soda I really like is cream soda. Don't know what that says about me. You guys can decide. I like cream soda, but this one was sugar free, and I hate a sugar free anything. It always tastes like false sweeteners, like the erythritol, and the aftertaste. It's always weird. But tell me why. You hear the fizz? Yeah. This one's not half bad. The aftertaste has a little like chemical, you know? Like, I'm fake. I'm not real because I'm soda. I'm not a whole food. But I gotta say, it's actually like decent. So I'm not mad about it. So this with like my butterbeery stuff on top, like she better be bussin'. Like, I'm looking forward to this tonight. So that also is not sponsored, by the way. That's just me drinking the soda. So yeah, overall, the cream soda, sugar-free, was not terrible. Okay, better than that. It was all right. So that's my plan for tonight. Probably going to order a takeaway because I cannot be asked to cook and I have no food in my house. So with that being said, I've chatted a lot. I'm now going to stop and say goodbye. Happy Friday, everyone. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and thank you guys so much for listening. You can find this anywhere podcasts can be found, that being Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts, all the places. You can also watch this on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, hi. And I will see you all next week. Okay, bye.